Gentlemen, let's look at something that is probably sitting in your pantry right now. Think about the snacks you grab without a second thought. There is a strong chance that one particular nut you believe is good for you is quietly working against your prostate. This is more than occasional discomfort. I'm talking about a trigger that disrupts your nights with repeated bathroom trips and slowly drains your energy. You may have heard it praised as a heart-friendly option, yet for prostate health, it can behave like a ticking time bomb. As a specialist in men's sexual health, and for more than 2 decades, I have focused exclusively on the needs of men in their 50 seconds, 60 seconds, and beyond. In that time, a clear pattern has emerged in my clinic. Not every challenge comes down to age. All too often, the problem is a healthy food that backfires on a mature body. Today, we will remove the guesswork. I will point out 4 everyday nuts and seeds that actively stoke prostate inflammation and contribute to enlargement. Then I will highlight 4 powerful choices that calm inflammation, support a smoother urinary stream, and become reliable allies for long-term wellness. For each item, I will break down the basic science of how it helps or harms and give you a simple, practical plan you can begin right away. Before we dive in, if you are over 50 and want straightforward guidance to take charge of your health, subscribe, tap the notification bell, and let me know this content matters to you. If this video helps, type yes in the comments. If it does not, type 0. Your feedback genuinely helps me serve you better. Now let's start with the first category, the 4 prostate destroyers you need to spot and cut back. The first one is so common that its damage is often mistaken for the unavoidable effects of getting older. 1. Cashews. Our final culprit is a party platter favorite, often viewed as the safe, creamy pick cashews. Because they are so easy to enjoy and so common in social settings, their moderate risks are amplified by how much people eat. I frequently meet men who nibble on cashews in the evening, assuming they are making a wise choice, while those handfuls are quietly adding to prostate irritation and creeping weight gain. A central reason cashews can pose trouble is their fatty acid profile. They provide palmitic acid along with moderate amounts of saturated fat that can switch on inflammatory signaling in the body, particularly the NF-kappa B pathway. When that switch stays on, low-grade inflammation lingers and hormone activity can shift in ways that encourage prostate tissue growth. These same fats may also boost the enzyme 5-alpha reductase, which converts testosterone into its more potent counterpart dihydrotestosterone, or DHT. Elevated DHT often means faster expansion of prostate tissue and more noticeable symptoms such as frequent urination, weak flow, and a sense of incomplete emptying. Cashews are also energy-dense, which is where many men run into problems. A few casual handfuls add up quickly, and the extra calories make weight gain far more likely. Gaining inches around the midsection is not just cosmetic. Central fat stokes body-wide inflammation and is strongly tied to worsening enlargement of the prostate and more severe urinary complaints. Another detail to consider is copper. Cashews are naturally rich in this mineral. While copper is essential, excessive intake in some men may contribute to oxidative stress and shifts in hormone balance. I recall a patient in his late 50 seconds who was discouraged by stubborn symptoms. He ate large salads daily but relied on thick cashew-based dressings. His urinary issues would not let up. We simply swapped the dressing for a lighter lemon and tahini blend. With no other changes, he lost 8 pounds in 6 weeks and, more importantly, noticed a clear drop in urgency and frequency. In his case, the hidden calorie load and inflammatory push from cashews were quietly holding him back. If you like cashews, treat them as an occasional indulgence rather than an open-ended snack. Keep portions small and limit them to 2 or 3 times per week. Choose dry roasted unsalted varieties and skip flavored or sugar-coated mixes. 2. Coconut. This one sparks debate. I am referring to coconut in its common forms, shredded flesh, coconut oil, and the creamy health snacks built around it. Marketing often paints it as a superfood for the prostate. The evidence points in another direction. The central issue is its very high saturated fat content. Large population studies, including the Physician's Health Study, have repeatedly associated higher fat intake with an increased likelihood of BPH and with more aggressive prostate cancers. Why? These fats can fuel inflammation by activating the NF-kappa B pathway, a molecular switch that turns on genes sustaining inflammatory activity. That persistent inflammatory state also ramps up the enzyme 5-alpha reductase. This enzyme converts testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, a stronger androgen that drives prostate cell growth. Elevated DHT can translate into more tissue along with symptoms such as frequent urination, a weak stream, and a sense of incomplete emptying. Coconut's calorie density compounds the problem. It is easy to overconsume without noticing, and those extra calories tend to settle around the abdomen. Central weight gain intensifies systemic inflammation and commonly worsens urinary symptoms. I treated a 65-year-old man who swirled coconut oil into his morning coffee and snacked on coconut chips throughout the day. His PSA was inching upward and his urinary complaints were significant. We replaced coconut oil with extra virgin olive oil for cooking and shifted his snacks to almond-based choices. 4 weeks later, his PSA stabilized, and he reported marked improvement in fullness and hesitation. If you enjoy coconut, keep it in the occasional treat category rather than a daily habit. For everyday use in the kitchen, reach for oils rich in monounsaturated fats, such as extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil, which are friendlier to hormone balance and help quiet inflammation. 3. Sunflower seeds. A frequent star in heart-healthy mixes and trail blends, sunflower seeds are next. The label promises natural protein, rich heart-friendly fats, and many of my patients buy into that message. They munch on roasted seeds while watching TV or scatter them over salads, believing they are doing their cardiovascular system a favor. What they often miss is that the same seeds can quietly aggravate the prostate and intensify urinary complaints. The main driver is their high load of omega-6 fatty acids, particularly linoleic acid. Your body does require some omega-6, but when intake far exceeds omega-3, the scale tilts toward inflammation. That steady, low-level inflammation touches multiple systems, including the prostate. It can encourage prostate tissue growth, nudge hormones in directions that worsen enlargement, and set the stage for abnormal cells to flourish. When this pattern continues, men commonly see a weaker stream, more urgency, and repeated nighttime trips to the bathroom. Salted roasted sunflower seeds amplify the problem. Many packaged versions carry significant sodium, which can push up blood pressure and irritate the urinary tract, intensifying urgency and nocturia. Research has linked higher sodium intake to more severe lower urinary tract symptoms, and I see the same trend again and again in practice. It is easy to miss the connection between frequent bathroom visits and a nightly habit of salty seeds, but the relationship is real. One patient, a 58-year-old mechanic, snacked on salted sunflower seeds throughout his workday. He reported a weak start and stop urine stream. We changed his snack to a different option. In just 3 weeks, he returned with a stronger, steadier flow. His blood pressure dipped slightly as well, which likely eased stress on his urinary system. If you want something crunchy, choose better alternatives. Unsalted, dry roasted pumpkin seeds are a smarter pick, or keep to a small handful of almonds. Stick to modest portions and make sure your daily eating pattern includes omega-3 sources such as ground flaxseed or salmon to help restore balance and calm inflammation. 4. The peanut. We begin with a master of disguise, the peanut. It shows up in peanut butter, snack packs, and party mixes. It feels like a harmless protein-rich standby, yet for an aging prostate, it can act as a triple threat. A key issue is aflatoxin, a toxic compound produced by molds that can grow on stored peanuts. This problem appears more often in budget peanut products and in bulk bins that linger on shelves. Aflatoxin adds workload to the liver, the organ that helps clear hormones, such as estrogen, from circulation. When that clearance slows, hormone balance shifts in ways that can irritate the prostate and create conditions where abnormal cells are more likely to take hold. That background strain leaves prostate tissue more susceptible to enlargement and cancerous change. Peanuts are also high in omega-6 fats. Although small amounts are essential, most modern diets already overdeliver omega-6 while falling short on omega-3. The resulting imbalance fuels low-grade inflammation throughout the body. Ongoing inflammation is a major driver of prostate growth and of urinary troubles, such as frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom and a weak stream. For men already dealing with these symptoms, a daily peanut routine can quietly keep the fire burning. Processed peanut snacks make matters worse. Salted varieties are often loaded with sodium, a factor strongly associated with more severe urinary complaints in clinical symptom scoring tools for prostate health. Many commercial peanut butters also include partially hydrogenated oils, a source of trans fats that intensify systemic inflammation. That inflammation does not stay in one place. It disrupts blood vessels, hormone signaling, and the prostate itself. I recall a patient, a fit 62-year-old, who was exhausted from waking 3 or 4 times nightly to urinate. His labs also showed mildly elevated liver enzymes. He was surprised when I asked about peanut butter he was eating 2 spoonfuls every evening. We replaced it with almond butter and added an omega-3 supplement to rebalance his fatty acid intake. Within 6 weeks, his liver enzymes returned to normal and he slept through most nights. His morning energy came back and his confidence followed. If you still want peanuts in your diet, treat them as an occasional food rather than a daily staple. Choose organic Valencia peanuts, which are less likely to harbor aflatoxins, and always check for freshness. Avoid products with added sugars or hydrogenated oils. If you do eat peanuts, pair them with omega-3 rich choices like salmon or ground flaxseed to improve your ratio. However, if you are experiencing prostate or urinary symptoms, other spreads and snacks make better everyday options. It is easy to feel discouraged after that list. It may sound as if all your favorites are off limits, but the real hope sits on the other side of those changes. Let's pivot to the 4 prostate helpers. If there were one food I could prescribe for prostate support, it would be pumpkin seeds. They are one of nature's best tools for the aging male. 1. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are rich in plant sterols called phytosterols, with beta-sitosterol as a standout. This compound gently tempers the enzyme 5-alpha reductase, which normally converts testosterone into the more potent dihydrotestosterone, or DHT. When DHT runs high, prostate cells receive a stronger growth signal, the gland enlarges, and urinary symptoms intensify. By dialing down that enzymatic activity, pumpkin seeds help quiet the signal that drives enlargement, which can translate into a more comfortable prostate and smoother urine flow. They also arrive with a protective bundle of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory nutrients, including vitamin E, magnesium, zinc, and diverse polyphenols. Working together, these nutrients help shield delicate prostate tissue and support the smooth muscle that governs urinary flow. Zinc deserves special mention because the prostate concentrates more zinc than nearly any other organ, and a steady supply helps maintain healthy secretions and structure. A little goes a long way. 1 to 2 tablespoons per day of unsalted pumpkin seeds, dry roasted or raw, is sufficient. Keep them in an airtight container in the refrigerator to preserve their delicate oils and skip salted or flavored versions that can undermine their advantages. Mindful portions also help you avoid unnecessary calories. Evening is a particularly smart time to enjoy them. A spoonful or 2 as a small snack can take the edge off hunger and help stabilize blood sugar overnight. Pairing them with a bit of protein, such as a scoop of Greek yogurt, may further reduce one of the triggers behind nighttime bathroom trips. 2. Flax seeds. Let's look at flax seeds, the lignin heavyweight. They are the richest everyday source of lignans, a class of phytoestrogens that, much like those found in soy, help your body handle hormones more efficiently. Lignans can gently dial down the enzyme 5-alpha reductase. That enzyme converts testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, a more potent androgen that drives prostate enlargement. By softening that signal, flax seeds may slow prostate growth and discourage excessive cell multiplication, cultivating a calmer, healthier environment inside the gland. Flax seeds also supply both soluble and insoluble fiber. Those fibers feed beneficial gut bacteria and support more balanced hormone metabolism throughout the body. A resilient gut plays a larger than you think role in prostate health, and fiber helps regulate hormone circulation and the processing of bile acids. On top of that, flax provides ALA, a plant-based omega-3. In the whole seed, ALA works together with fiber and plant polyphenols to create an anti-inflammatory effect that helps ease irritation and discomfort, capable of worsening urinary symptoms. Consistency is what delivers results. A modest daily serving, about 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, is enough. Grinding improves absorption, and stirring the meal into oatmeal yogurt or a smoothie is an easy habit to maintain. A practical routine is to buy whole seeds, grind a small batch once a week, and keep the ground flax in the refrigerator or freezer to preserve freshness. Its mild, nutty taste pairs well with berries or a dusting of cinnamon, and it is best sprinkled on foods after cooking to protect the most fragile compounds. One gentleman in his late 50s wanted to avoid medication but struggled with a weak stream and post-void dribbling. He began adding 2 tablespoons of ground flax to breakfast each morning and stuck with it. By week 4, he reported a smoother flow and noticeably fewer frequent urges. At his next visit, his LDL, the bad cholesterol, had also improved slightly. Flax seeds offer steady, incremental support exactly where the prostate needs it. With just a spoonful a day, they help rebalance hormones, cool inflammation, and make everyday life more comfortable. 3. Soy. This one seems to clash with popular myths, yet the research is consistent. Whole soy foods, such as edamame and tempeh, are not foes to the prostate. They are reliable allies. The reason lies in the kind of estrogenic signaling they create. Soy is rich in isoflavones, like genistein plant compounds, that preferentially interact with estrogen receptor beta in prostate tissue. That interaction has an anti-proliferative effect. It tells prostate cells to ease up on division and can even trigger programmed cell death or apoptosis. This is the opposite of the growth signal that drives enlargement. Isoflavones also influence angiogenesis, the formation of new blood vessels inside prostate tissue, helping limit the conditions that allow disease to advance. Beyond that, soy exerts gentle anti-inflammatory and antioxidant actions that foster a healthier internal environment. It also supports hormone balance in a favorable way. Many men worry that soy will suppress testosterone, but studies repeatedly show that moderate intake maintains a steady balance of testosterone and estrogen without feminizing effects. In fact, populations with higher intakes of traditional soy foods tend to have lower prostate cancer rates and fewer severe urinary complaints. Soy brings practical metabolic benefits as well. It supplies quality protein and meaningful fiber, both of which aid weight control, help normalize blood pressure, and improve cholesterol profiles. Better metabolic health often translates into calmer urinary symptoms because the prostate and bladder respond to the body's overall condition. You do not need large amounts to see advantages. 2 to 4 servings per week are sufficient. Simple choices work best: steamed edamame, firm tofu in a stir-fry tempeh, tossed into salads, or unsweetened soy yogurt. The key is to pick minimally processed options and avoid sugary or fried soy snacks. Pairing soy with other prostate-friendly foods, such as adding pumpkin seeds to a salad, can amplify the benefits. I worked with a patient concerned about a strong family history of prostate cancer. He added steamed edamame to his weekly routine. In follow-up, his PSA not only stabilized, but showed a favorable downward trend, which gave him real peace of mind. 4. Almonds. Almonds are naturally low in saturated fat and rich in monounsaturated fats, the same family of fats abundant in olive oil. That balance matters because monounsaturates help quiet inflammation, support healthy blood pressure, and improve cholesterol profiles. Stronger cardiovascular health often shows up as better urinary comfort, since the very vessels that nourish the heart also supply the pelvic organs. They also deliver a dense package of nutrients, including magnesium, vitamin E, riboflavin, and manganese. Magnesium supports proper nerve and muscle function, including the pelvic nerves that influence bladder control. Vitamin E helps curb oxidative stress that can gradually injure sensitive prostate tissues. Riboflavin underpins efficient energy metabolism, so you are less likely to feel drained, and manganese contributes to healthy connective tissue and steady blood flow. Working together, these nutrients ease strain on the prostate, enhance vascular tone, and bolster overall pelvic function. For most men, an ideal daily portion is about 20 to 23 almonds, roughly 1 ounce. Opt for raw or dry roasted unsalted varieties and skip candy-coated or honey-roasted versions that load on sugar and empty calories. Pairing almonds with berries or slices of apple can help keep blood sugar steadier, which supports hormone balance and further dampens inflammation. One of my patients, a man in his 60 seconds living with diabetes, made almonds part of his morning routine. His glucose control improved, and he reported a clear reduction in urinary hesitancy. He no longer had to wait for the stream to begin. Pass this along to a brother, a friend, or a son. Open conversations about prostate health help men stay healthier and more confident as the years go by. If you found this useful, please subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell so you stay connected with our community. Tell me what you think by typing yes in the comments if this helped. Your feedback shapes what we cover next. For now, take one simple step. Later today, check your pantry and choose a single item to cut back on. During your next grocery run, pick up one of the healing options we discussed. That small decision can start you on a better path. Your health is worth it.